University of Barcelona, according to the summer data for the year 2008-2009 from the Ministry, state school educated 67.4% private, but state-funded schools 26.0%, purely private schools 6.6%. Pupils in preceding years usually Primaria is studied in Collegia and ASO Baccalaureate are studied in the Instituto. However, some schools only teach elementary school K6, also K12 school also exist, although there are private school or privately run school funded by the state. Colleges there are private schools for all the range of the compulsory education at them. Parents must pay a monthly, termly, yearly fee. Most of these schools are run by the religious order and also include the single sex school. Autonomous University of Barcelona. All non-university state education is free in space, but the parents have to buy or make a contribution toward their children books and materials. Subsidies, loans, and second-hand book sales are offered by Spain autonomous religious communities is some school and by local council. This nominal at least also applies to colleges and concertados. Many schools are Concorrido state funded up to the end of the Primaria but purely private for the high school year. This drop is in the proportion of the pupil in education concertada is matched by increasing the approximately equal size in the proportion in both state purely private education for the ESO Baccalaureate schools. Supply a list of what is required at the start of the each school year and which will include art and craft materials as well as text and exercise book from 2009. This figure was around €300 and in 2011 was nearer €500 as the 2011. The cost of the books average €170 for preschool school and €300 for elementary school student. In some regions, the autonomous government is giving token to exchange them in bookshops for free. This was adopted in 2006 in the region such as Andalusia, where pupils from 3 to 10 years old will get the books for free, and in subsequent year in the expected for the all compulsory years. School uniform is not normally worn in the state school but is usually worn in private schools. There is a largely uniform admission process for the state funded schools, both colleges publicos and colleges concentro. The main admission procedure for the pupils wishing to join a school in the autumn are carried out in the spring of the year in question. Parents can choose the school to which they wish to send their child. It is not uncommon for there the insufficient places in the popular school for all the children. For warm place are requested. In such cases, places are allocated according to the rather strictly defined admissions criteria as defined in Annex 9 to the order of establishing the process. Public schools run directly by the public authorities or private with public assistance provide education free of the charge, but parent may be required to supply consumables such as textbook and school uniform as well as the contribution to the affair school activities. Premier public school are called the Centro de Educación Infantil Premier Colegio or Colo. Secondary public school are also called the Instituto Inside Secondary. Private school in Spain vary. Some of the schools teach entirely in Spanish. Some are run as Catholic schools. Some are private, bilingual and trilingual, and some are international schools which place emphasizes on a second languages, generally English. Private schools that are state subsidies are required to follow the Spanish syllabus, while international schools are free to follow other curriculum typically from the other countries such as the US or UK. Private schools tend to be more costly, especially in Barcelona or Madrid. Fees include tuition as well as schools supplies and uniform. School term broadly similar to the English three-term system, but with slightly shorter holidays at Christmas 22 December to 7 January and Easter 1 week 40 days after the Ash Wednesday, and longer in the summer, normally from the 23 June to 15 September. In 2005, the summer holiday ran from 22 June until 1 to 15 September depending on the region. The English half-term holiday does not exist, but there are frequently odd days long weekend relating mainly to the religious holidays and regional and national holidays. Schools use the trimester system September to December, January to March, April, and March to June. Bilingual teaching models in Spanish coexists with the Basque, Catalan, Galician as the medium of the instruction. Aranese is official in the all Samal areas of the Catalonia, and Premier education is offered in the language. This linguistic model chosen by the region with their own languages varies per your community. Basque region Basque country historically provided three teaching models: ABD models deal with education entirely in Basque and Spanish as a compulsory subject. It is the most widely chosen model by parents. In addition, Norway offers the Cheek model with the education entirely in Spanish without a basic language subject option. Model A offers Spanish as a tuition language and Basic as a learned as a language subject. Model B offers 50% of the classes in Spanish. Basic The Basque country approved its bilingual model in a decree of 1983. Norway enacted its corresponding decree in 1988. Catalan region Catalonia and Galicia employ language immersion in the Catalan after the 1970 when Spain became a democracy. Catalonia was given rights over its own education system. A law passed in the 1983, Le Loi de Normalizia Linguistica, defined the language immersion system of the Catalonia. By the 1996, the entire region, the whole country, was already switched to it. The Barcelona Iceland took more time to make the language immersion effective. The decree enacted in 1997 established that the Catalan must be used in the at least 50% of the lessons. Schools have freedom to add more lessons, and usually they do. Valencian community offers different levels of immersion in Catalan, also known as the Valencian, in this region, with the highest level having the widest adoption. Before the implementation that model, and the community offered two paths. One path taught Catalan in the Catalan languages subject and used in its tuition language in either school or natural science. The other path provided the immersion and Catalan approaching the level of the newer advanced immersion. The immersion model have faced strong opposition by Spanish nationalities. The illegal that schools are used as a introduction and centers, and that this imposes barriers which worsen academia performance. There is no serious investigation that proves that the academic results are worse by bilingual students. Also, professionally in the Spanish among us, Catalan student is the same as the Spanish average. Galician region in Galician is used as a tuition language in 50% of the classes except in a preschool education which uses the majority mother tongue. This model approved by the People Party has received criticism from the European Council. International education. As January 2015, International School Consultancy listed Spain as having 210 international school. ICS defines an international school in the following term: ISC, including the international school, if the schooling delivers a curriculum in any combination of pre-schools, primary and secondary students wholly or partially in English outside an English-speaking countries, or if a school in a country where English is one of the official languages offer an English medium curriculum other than the country national curriculum and international in its orientation. This definition is used by the publication including the Economist 1977 International Baccalaureate authorized the first school in the Spain to teach diploma program. There are now 86 IB world schools in Spain, of which 71 deliver international education but in Spanish.